gave up a long, long time. Are you up to get down? Might just spin back around to your house tonight. What we lost can't rekindle. Spend all night in a spindle till the sunrise opens my eyes. Remembers the lies. Spend nights crying lonely. And I remember how cold you can be. Ooh, what's wrong with me? On and on, we'll keep going and not stop. Letting go, wrong with me? Holding on and on. Call it deception. Ooh, he's nothing special. Why I can't forget him. On the spectrum of yes or no, stay or go, always caught in the middle. See in your eyes, it's not love that you're here for, but you know why I'm here. I keep going and on, keep going on, cannot stop, no. And thought, what's wrong with me? On and on. Remembers the lies. Spend nights crying lonely. Now I remember how cold you can be. What's wrong with me? On and on, keep going on. Hey, hey, holding on and on. Thank you.
Come on, one more time, give it up for Chyna Victoria! Woo! Debuting her brand new song, On and On. What a talent. Listen, we are live for the very first time doing music in the front room. I've got some news for y'all. I injured my back, so I am highly medicated and a bit out of it. So this is going to be an interesting show, to say the least, okay? Anyway, I just want to shout out, we are partnered with Creative Edge tonight. So all the workers you see here today, from the sound engineers, to the musicians, to the people on camera, to the people working the screens, are all students of Creative Edge. Earlier today, yeah, come on, round of applause. Earlier today, there were workshops by incredible mentors who are professionals in their field, and tonight, these incredible students are showcasing what they have learned. Isn't that brilliant? All right, without further ado, I want to bring back to the stage Miss Chyna Victoria. How are you?
I'm good. How are
That
you?
was a performance.
Thank you.
And that was a song, On and On.
Yeah, so it's called On and On. It's not released yet.
Not released yet.
And our producer
Is Jam right there?
Okay, come on, give it up for him. And when can we expect that to be out?
When can we expect it to be out? Yeah, within the next month. We ain't got an official date yet, so.
Okay, so we're gonna expect it to come up very soon.
Yeah, within the next month
I'm
or
just
so.
gonna shuffle over here.
Yeah.
And you wanna shuffle over there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I want you to take us on the journey of how this began for you, how did you get into singing, and when did the writing process begin?
So as for the song or just in general?
In general.
Okay, so I started singing when I was like 4, but it was like self-taught.
Okay.
And I didn't have singing lessons until like a year ago.
Okay.
So but I've always wanted to be a singer.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch it sounds cliche, but the MTV, and you seen like Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, all of those stuff, Christina Aguilera, Britney. And yeah, I just used to admire and be so inspired. So that's my initial memory.
Yeah.
And then my mom, we used to always have like a singing battle in the living room.
Okay.
And like she kind of encouraged me as well because she was a dancer.
Yeah.
So that, as well as singing, dance I did dance hand in hand, yeah. And then she put me in stage school. As for music, the artist Tinashe is who inspired me to create
Shout out to Tinashe.
my mini studio in my room. So I ended up like buying equipment because at the time I couldn't afford just paying for studio time. And I don't work well under time restraints either. I like to know that I can have all the time in the world. And because I'm so picky as well, I used to pay for studio, and then I've spent all this money, and then I'm hearing things that I just can't leave, so I have to go back to the studio.
And I heard that you actually started off in a girl group. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I didn't start off in a girl group. I did audition for one a few years ago. I did get into it, but then there was like politics.
Drama.
Yeah, there was drama, so that's why that didn't work out. But I feel like that was God's blessing anyway.
It worked out for you.
Yeah.
I hear that. You have an EP out, am I correct?
Yes.
And there's a song in there, I believe it's called Run Around.
Run Around,
That's my favourite song on the
Thank
EP.
you.
Tell me about the EP, tell me about when it came out and what was the writing process for that.
The EP, I created those songs like 2 years before I even released the EP, along with a batch of like 20 other songs.
Okay.
I was still trying to like find my sound. And I feel like the trouble that I had was, the whole cliche of being a black girl who does R&B, and I didn't want to get lost in that world.
You want to be put in that box.
Yeah, so that's why, and I also grew up listening to everything other than that as well.
Right.
I used to listen to like a lot of pop rock, R&B, reggae. So I didn't just grow up listening to one genre. So I didn't want to just close off my ears to that, and I wanted to try and find a unique sound.
What advice would you give to other young girls who are out there who want to pursue a career in music, and you know how sometimes crazy and toxic this industry can be, and navigating that? What advice would you give to young girls who are wanting to do that?
I feel like you have to love it first. I feel like if you don't love it, you'll fall off because of the hard times. The hard times will make it like you would realize if you really love it or not, because the hard times will have you crying, and if you don't want to go back to it tomorrow, then it's just not for you. So you have to really love it. Second of all, really practice and do your research on the greats and stuff. I studied like Etta Bond and Aretha Franklin and like even like different genres. Even though like I don't listen to country music like that, I studied country artists. So you put in the work. Yeah, so do your research.
These new girls these days, they just want to jump onto the scene and become an overnight star. But you have to, really
it doesn't
happen.
It's, people get lucky.
Yeah.
But for most of us, it's not that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it is a lot of hard work. But I just feel like you should have fun as well. I think that's the most important thing.
Right. And speaking of putting in the work, I want to bring to the stage our next guest. She is a 4-time gold medal Paralympic winner, Welcome to the stage, Kadeena. Cox, come on, make some noise. You're in the country for once.
I'm sad. It's miserable here.
The weather's not great. I want to, first of all, shout out to you because I heard you have a book out.
Yes.
So congratulations about that. Come on, tell us about the book.
So it's a kid's book, and I did it for many reasons. So when I got sick, my little brother and sister were 6 and 8, so they grew up with me and understanding disabilities and understanding different disabilities, and I realised that a lot of young kids, they don't understand, so like they make comments because they don't know and no one's told them otherwise, or parents will say, oh shush shush, you can't say that. So I wanted to just have an open conversation, so the story kind of tells about disability but then also talks about being from a Black Caribbean family and like the strength that I took from that. So it's just a nice little journey about little Cad and it's cute.
And your story is so inspiring, and the journey to where you are now and how you came there, it's incredible. What is it like to be a world-renowned athlete? I mean, that's not everybody has gold medals that they can just wear as accessories. I got these little fake pearls from ASOS, but you are a full-blown star. What's that? How did you get there, and what was that journey like, and what was the work that you had to put in for that?
Do you know what? It's weird when you obviously say it like that, because I just do what I love for a living. So I started dance at the age of 4 and I've basically done every sport. Started athletics seriously at 14. And then, kind of went through the years, and then when I was in my late teens, I was like, okay, this is something I really want to focus on. Then unfortunately had my stroke and was diagnosed with MS, and cycling was actually something that helped me to get back on my feet, find my balance. And it just has all been like a journey, and for me, like when I got ill, the thing that helped me to recover and set goals was the sport that I'd loved like all my life. It was the thing that helped me to get through that. And I kind of used the sport to, I mean, it was very like selfish in a way, like that I was doing it for me, like I wanted to win gold medals because I wanted to be Kadeena to these gold medals, like I wanted the gold medals, but actually, like as the journey went along, I realised that it was more important to empower other people and like, show other people that you can get back up, show other people how God can work through you and how he can turn a bad situation into a good situation. And being able to, be on national TV and talk about God, being able to, be on national TV and just, I met the king, so it's weird, you know what I mean? Like, so it is like, it has taken work, but it's work I enjoy. Like for me, training doesn't feel like work.
For many people, what had happened to you health-wise would have been a full stop, but you didn't allow that to be the end of your story. You said, no, in fact, I'm gonna turn this around and make something out of myself and continue to do the thing that I love, but in a reimagined way. And I think, anybody, to do something with an ability is amazing. But to have what you have and continue to do it, I think makes it even greater story than what it already is. So kudos to you, honestly. You are doing it. I'm just loving this black girl magic right here. I just love to see black girls doing what they're doing and winning and shining. It's inspiring. Keep doing it. This is for me, this is my own personal question. What was your favorite Olympics? So how many Olympics have you done so far?
So I've done 3.
Okay.
And
so which ones are those? Which countries?
So I did Rio, Tokyo, and Paris.
Okay, wow.
And I guess Rio was my favorite. Like,
why? The carnival.
I mean, it was vibes. I'm not gonna lie, it was vibes. It was more of a party. I mean, I was 24, so I was just like running around, just enjoying myself. And I feel like it's harder now, like I'm older. So it was easy back then, it was just fun, and like I was just there. Like I didn't realise I was, creating history. So I was just enjoying the moment, feeling that there was no pressure on me. Whereas now I feel like I'm representing, I'm representing disabled people, I'm representing black people, I'm representing Christians, I'm representing people coming from a working background. So I feel like there's so much people I'm trying to represent now. I'm like, okay, I've got to sit up nice and straight. I've got to speak correctly. When I go and curtsy to the king, like I got to do it correctly, but also still be a little bit hood. I just feel like I'm just like, there's a lot more that I'm representing now, whereas back then I was just enjoying life.
And that goes for both of you. I always say to people, your authenticity is your greatest asset. And one thing that is similar in both your stories is that you haven't compromised who you are. You didn't compromise your sound and allow people to box you into a particular genre and say, okay, because you're a black girl, you just have to do R&B. And you didn't compromise your sound and say, okay, now because I'm in front of the king, I have to, code switch. But you said, I've got to bring your authentic self to the room. And I encourage everybody watching in the room, at home, no matter where you are, bring your authentic self to the table, bring your authentic self into every room that you come into, because your authenticity will open doors for you, and that is exactly what we're seeing today. I believe we are moving on now to, no, we are still talking, okay, brilliant.
I just wanted to say something. I do feel like being authentic is a form of self-love as well.
Absolutely.
I feel like when you don't love yourself, you try to be someone else. And I feel like that's just one.
And what was that journey of loving and accepting and saying, I'm okay with who I am and who I am is enough? What was that journey like? How did you arrive to that place?
It was hard. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I was always like, no, I want to be me. And sometimes I did want to try and fit in. But then when I did do that, I didn't feel good. So then that will niggle you until you make that change.
Purpose is nagging. I always say to people, when you know or have a glimpse of who you are and where I think in trying to discover who you are and where you belong, the first step is finding out who you're not. And being okay with, I'm not that person, this craft isn't for me, and I've got to make peace with that. And then when you do that, you find your tribe, you find where you fit, you find where you belong, and that's where you shine. And it's empowering, it's inspiring, and especially in this climate that we're living in, where there's so much challenges faced to people that look like us, and so much pushbacks and so much hurdles, that we continue to advocate for diversity and for authenticity in that space. All right. I want to now bring to the stage our next person. He is a world-renowned DV. He has a great album coming out. He's a good friend of mine. Please bring to the stage James Thompson. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Well, they all saw how I am.
You lot did him dirty. This is a good outfit.
Thank you.
This is a good outfit. Yeah.
Amen.
This is a good outfit.
Thank you. You have a lot going on so far. This is a very busy year for you. I know that you have an amazing debut album coming up. I was at the live recording, guys. When this album drops, you do not want to miss it. It's going to shake the gospel industry. What are you most excited for in the upcoming year, James?
I'm most excited for my money to be mine again. Someone asked me, what advice would you give to someone that has been inspired and wants to do a live album recording? And my advice is don't.
Don't say that.
Don't, no. But on a serious level, though, I think I was very fortunate to have the job that I have. I'm very fortunate that whilst me and my team were out...
Well, you have to explain the job that you have.
Yeah, I was about to lean into it. So I work as a backing vocalist full-time. Woo! And at the time...
Wait. Read the resume. Tell them, guys, you need to find out, who have you done BVs for? Go on. Tell them. Yeah.
So this is Becky Hill.
Woo!
I just got off tour with her. Who else? BB Winans, Karen Clark Shades, Elton John, Santan Dave, Emily Sandé, Gregory Porter. But, oh yeah, Fred Hammond, forgot about
And
that.
if anybody likes to order food, guess what? You have to, can you sing it? Just do it, please. Please for me. He hates this, but do it for me. Do it for me.
Did somebody say just eat?
It's him! It's him! It's him! It's him.
No one's ever got me to do that, you know.
I know. Anyway, so you've had an amazing opportunity, so go carry on. What were you saying?
So I was really fortunate. Oh yeah, and Shalea, that was a fun time. So I was really fortunate. I also had a modelling contract at the time as well.
Yes, model.
So I had a contract with Range Rover, so I was doing that. I was doing Just Eat, I was touring, all of that stuff. And so I was fortunate that I was making these big sums of money. But also and this is, I suppose, a bit of my story, but also a bit of advice. I tell people all the time when you're coming into music, sometimes the free gigs pay the most. Let me explain.
Okay.
Myself and my team were asked to open up for Israel Houghton, and there was no fee, but I said I'll come in and I would help them out, we'd do it. And while we were there, serving, being a help, ministering, there was a charity that were there that saw what we were doing and said, we really enjoyed you, can we put 10K towards what you're doing? And they came on the road with us. And so I have to, and big up some of my team that are here as well that were toured with me. But I was fortunate in that sense that I was able to get the funds and call in favours because it's a big project to accomplish.
And I want to touch on something he said. He said that was a free gig. And years ago, one of the mentors here he was working with, Creative Edge, my good friend Micah, he phoned me one day about had an opportunity for a gig that was paying well, but also a work opportunity that wasn't paying well. And I gave him some great advice. I said to him, sometimes an opportunity is worth more than money.
Absolutely.
Because every touch leaves a trace, and sometimes you rub shoulders with the right person, and that person can open up a door for you. So oftentimes when you get an opportunity, even if the money isn't lucrative, okay, maybe not in this kind because, cause you live, and inflation.
You got to
so get that check, but when sometimes you have to take a good opportunity when it comes to you.
And I'll even bounce off of that again and say, even in this economy, I think I was about to get really churchy for a minute.
Go on.
The Bible talks about the sons of Issachar. No, but the Bible talks about the sons of Issachar who understood the times that they was in. So all I'm saying is sometimes you got to understand the industry you're in, understand the space you're in, and think, where can this lead to? Because when we opened up for them, they said, actually, we love how you work. So when Fred Hammond needed BVs, they called me. When they have these American artists that need BVs, they call me. So sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Amen. That's what Fantasia said.
So this question, who has been the most difficult artist to BV? I'm joking.
I plead the fifth. No, but you know what? I can answer that because I've been really lucky that I've never had an artist that I've been like, oh, God.
Okay, that's not true.
Do you know what? I repent. Sorry.
That's not true. Because we've had phone calls. I
forgot.
But I'm not going to put you in that position.
I've been fortunate that 99.9% of the time, I've had wonderful experiences.
And who are some of your musical inspirations, some of the people you go to for...
that's easy. So my top 3 male vocalists, Daryl Coley, if you know, you know. It's a bit old school. Stevie Wonder and Luther Vandross. I would say vocally, those are my vocal influences. But when it comes to writing and music, you'll hear them in how I sing, but you'll hear a little Kirk Franklin, a little Richard Smallwood, a little Whitney, a little Clark Sisters. You'll hear a little Destiny's Child in there, I'm very much pulled from a lot of... You might hear a little Tony Braxton in some of the writing. I pull from a lot of different things.
All 3 of you have incredibly crazy, hectic schedules. I was gonna go down. How do you manage your time in terms of work, family, friends, relaxing? How do you manage and juggle so much things at once?
Do you know what? It kind of changes because when you're on tour, you're not home. So if I'm in your city and I've got a day off, what are you doing? Let's do something and chill. Because I'm also tired, so we're not going bowling because I ain't got the energy. I don't have the strength. Because Becky had us singing and dancing. But it depends. But I think you have to be very intentional. You have to plan. You have to be organized. Especially being self-employed when you know you've got this week looks like this, that week is completely different to what the last week was. So you have to be flexible, be able to adjust. And if your friends don't understand, child, I might not be as close as you think you is.
And what about you, Kadeena? How do you balance?
I can agree. Like, I'm the same. Like, my friends, firstly, they know, like, if I don't reply to your text message, I'm just busy. I'll get there in like a week or two. And if not, just call my phone. Like, but like, it's how it goes sometimes. But like, more time it's like, if I'm like, say I've got work in London, I'll just like hit my friends up and be like, I'm in the like your city. Like, have you got like a minute we can catch a brunch or something? Sometimes like, so my little brother, I decided to take him away on holiday with me. Like, I'm like, if I've got time and I'm going away and you're not doing anything, like, just come with me, because some of my work trips, like, I'll get like a +1, so I'll just take like people away with me. And like, yeah, it's just like squeezing people in, like, but a lot of, I mean, most of my grandma's complaining, so I'm running around this week to try to see her. But most people understand that like my life is just hectic, and like when I can have time, I will make time. But sometimes you've just got to, know that right now it's busy, but it's going to be beneficial to all of us. Like, because where I go, my friends and my family will always make sure they're there with me.
That's great. And Chyna, I see you on Instagram every day. There's another photo shoot. How do you keep it up?
It is hard, like what they say, you have to be really organised.
Yeah.
And I feel like having friends that understand and family members that understand and really understand the path that you're trying to go on, and they don't take things personally. I do feel like it also makes me not take things personally when people don't respond to me, because I do know what that feels like when you're like, you earned me. And I'm like, no, but I get it, like, you know, people are busy. So it's, it's just.
I want to ask you all this question. How do you handle losses and failures and setbacks in your careers or in your personal life? How do you handle that? How do you recover from that? And how do you keep going? How do you bounce back? Anybody can take it.
I'll go first, because I had a whole moment. So I raced at the games in Paris, my first race. It didn't go to plan. I ended up on the floor bawling. Didn't know it was being recorded, so a lot of people just see me having a moment. But it was hard, and I was like, I trained for 4 years for this moment, and in a split second, it was gone. But sometimes I think you have to think about, is there, like, my life is not my own, and there's purpose in what I do. So even though for me, it felt like a big loss, is what I'm going through and me getting back up going to be more beneficial for someone else? So for me, it was like, get back up, like, you know, like I was reading through Mark, I was reading like through like bits like on like the sower, and just like, you know, like certain times like it feels like what you have growing is not growing, but you just need to give it a little time to blossom through. And I just knew that in that moment, even though I was on the floor and I was down and I felt like I was out, God had a bigger plan. And actually me getting back up, I think that impacted people so much more. And yeah, it was hard for me, and I still hate that moment, but the messages that I've got from other people have made it feel worth it. So sometimes I feel like I just have to let go and realise that even though I want to live my life my way, my life essentially is not my own, and I'm living for what God is trying to do through me.
I love that. That's powerful. Come on, give that a round of applause. And at the end of the day, she's still got 4 gold medals, so. Okay, we're gonna go into a quick little trivia game for all of y'all. So we've got some buzzers that they're going to bring out. All right, and we're gonna test your knowledge in the areas in which you specialize. And I got the questions here.
Can I press it? Ooh.
Okay. Make sure they all work. Go on.
Hello.
Okay.
I won that one.
It sounds like victory. Yeah. All right. So the first category is R&B music. Which R&B singer was known as the queen of hip-hop soul?
Soul?
Which R&B singer
Soul.
is known as the queen of hip-hop soul?
When it was hip hop, I was about to. Then you said soul, and that threw me off.
Mary J.
Good, Mary J. Blige. China's off to a strong start.
I thought you would have gone.
My clue was going to be boots, you know.
Oh, I want to guess that. That would have been easy.
Mary J. Blige loves some boots. Okay. What was the name of Usher's Diamond Certified Day album that was released in 2004 featuring hits like Yeah and Burn? Go on, James.
See, now I feel like I might get it wrong. Confessions.
It was Confessions. All right. All right. Which legendary R&B group was originally called the Primettes before changing their name? No. Wait, I just got it.
I heard that. The Dreamettes.
Someone shouted the Dreamettes. Tried to say Dream Girls. Okay. He said, turn the rig around.
The Dreamettes.
Okay. You press the buzzer?
Yes.
Go on.
The Supremes.
It was the Supremes. All right. So that James, you in the lead. Don't.
I'm just gonna sit here and just play with the buzzer.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I believe in you. Okay, I believe in you.
Oh.
Who was the first black woman to win the Grammy Award for Album of the Year?
Lauryn Hill.
No,
I
close.
can see her face, but I can't. I don't
The
know her
first
name.
black woman.
It was a woman. I know what it was. A woman
to win Album of the
Whitney.
Year.
Then it was Lauren. Then it was Beyonce. But I can't remember the first. And her and Whitney were friends.
I'll give you. Shall I give you a clue?
Because she laughed at Whitney when she got it.
Yeah.
I remember it. I can't remember her
This
name.
will be an everlasting love. Her daddy was a singer as well.
What's her name? Oh, I don't know why I pressed this. Sorry. This will.
You're lost. It's Natalie Cole.
Natalie
Come on,
Cole,
guys.
I don't know the name.
All right. In 1998, which R&B girl group? This is so. I should change it.
Destiny Child.
That was me first. TLC.
Can you let me
How did you know? I didn't even read the question now.
He's reading the thing.
Wow.
Oh, they're up there.
You're cheating.
You definitely let me have that
What
one.
do you know? Okay. Yeah. Well. Yes. All right. Next category
He
is
cheated.
Olympics.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Which country has won the most? Which country has won the most Olympic gold medals in history?
America?
Yes. See, I told you gonna come back. No, guys, don't give up. No. Come on. Who is the fastest man in Olympics history holding it?
You saying?
Yeah, it was you
Okay,
saying.
I knew that one.
I knew that one.
All right, the Olympic Games originated in which ancient civilization?
Oh, man.
Oh, isn't Athens, so that's Greece.
Yes, Greece. Well done. Yeah. All right, Simone Biles is known for dominating which?
Gymnastics.
Ah, see, she's coming back. All right, which city will host the 2028?
LA.
Aye. All right. Okay. You're back. It's a comeback. And this is why she has gold medals, everybody. All right. Next category is European geography. So I feel like this is an even playing field for everybody.
It's not even. I'm losing, right?
No, I mean like this category. All right. What is the longest river in Europe? Come on, take a guess. Come on.
This is a guess.
Go on.
We listen and we don't. I'm going to say the Thames.
No. But a good guess.
Can I just say the Nile?
No.
The Nile's
That's in Africa. But that's okay. The Nile is a river in Egypt, child.
Lose a point for that.
It's the Volga River.
Yes. Well, but you don't get the point because it's on there. All right. Which country shares the largest border with France?
Italy.
No.
Austria.
No.
Ukraine.
No.
Spain.
Yes. Well done. All right.
So bad at geography.
The Pyrenees Mountains separate which two European countries? I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Pyrenees. There you go. The Pyrenees Mountains separate which two countries in Europe?
If it takes you long,
Germany and Austria. All right.
No.
Austria and France.
No, you got one of them.
Austria?
No.
France and Italy.
No.
France and Spain.
Yes. Okay.
You gotta listen to the previous question. Huh?
Right. So, what is the smallest country in Europe by land area?
Me.
This is actually a trick question, but it's go. The smallest country
In Europe by land.
by land area, yeah.
Is it Belgium?
No. Any other guesses?
I feel embarrassed even to answer.
I said the Nile, so it can't get worse.
Ireland?
No, I don't think you're gonna get it. It's the Vatican City.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
The what?
Oh, we're almost to the end of
Jesus
it.
returns.
I can't pronounce that song, I really do. But I was gonna ask a question. Okay, it's not a question, it's more of a fun fact, to be honest. Do you know that the Netherlands, why it's called the Netherlands?
Is
No.
that a question or you asking the
It's a
fun
question.
fact? Oh, why it's called the Netherlands?
Yeah. Why is the Netherlands called the Netherlands? I found this the other day.
No.
Because it never got taken over?
Netherlands. Think like
Did you say it never got taken
it
over?
never got taken over. Think like etymology, like think about the word Netherlands.
So never. Is it because it's something towards the bottom?
Yeah,
of
it's
the...
below sea level.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that wraps up our game, guys.
So who won?
See this guy?
Definitely.
I think you two drew. Chyna, you definitely didn't win. That's what I do. I don't know who won, but I do know who lost. Anyway, guys, come on, give it up for our guests one more time. We will be back with James to give us a performance. Right after this short break, you can leave the stage right now. Hasn't it been absolutely incredible? Thank you all for coming. I am so excited to have been your host for tonight. Lord knows I've pushed through the pain, but I'm happy to be here. All right, listen, I don't want you to lose energy right now. I want you to get up on your feet for this next part. We are going to be energized with a great performance, some great worship, some great music from none other than James and the Sons of Issachar Community Choir. Come on, make some noise for James.
Hey guys, this is a song I wrote. I hope you enjoy it. I have faith that God is able to perform. I have faith that God will speak peace to my storm. I have faith that God has never lost control. He preserves my soul. Yeah. I know that he hears me, and he said that he'll never leave me. He'll always fight for me. He's for me. But every now and then I start to feel that weight again. I take a breath and count to 10. Exhale my amen. I surrender to his will. Lift mine eyes up to the hill. But still, sometimes that I'm my worst enemy, taking every chance I get to attack the enemy. Many times I gave up and should have been the end of me. That's where he found me. Oh, his love is what saved me. My will to live was real hazy. Saw my mistakes and forgave me. He gave me a every now and then I feel that I'm the weight again. I take a breath and count to 10. Exhale my amen. Teary eyes up to the hill. I admit I need his will. Be still. He says be still. I need a little prayer. Sometimes I get low. I say prayer for me. I need when I get weary. Yes, I need. Ooh. I know sometimes it's hard to say that I don't feel strong today. Ooh, when no one ever understands why. It's the words that fall from my eyes. And here's the piercing silence of my cry. He promised he will share the load I bear. He knows, he knows. I need a little prayer. Sometimes I get weary. Baby, I need prayer. Need a little prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, we're James Thompson and Presence. Don't let Shem lead you astray. Thank you very much.
Come on, one more time, make some noise for James Thompson and the Sons of Issachar Community Choir. Oh, guys, thank you so much for coming here tonight. It's been an amazing show. Can we make some more noise for Chyna, Victoria? Make some noise for Kadeena, whose book you can purchase on Amazon and the Big Cat website. Make sure you go purchase this book. Also want to shout out to everybody from Creative Edge, all the mentors and all the students tonight. Haven't they done a wonderful job? And finally, let's make some noise for Morgan Moore. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I've got to take my meds. Y'all have a good night.